Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. Toyota is investing an additional $2 billion in its North Carolina battery manufacturing plant for new infrastructure to support future expansion. This brings the total investment in Toyota North Carolina to nearly $6 billion. The facility will be Toyota's hub for developing and producing lithium-ion batteries needed for its expanding portfolio of electrified vehicles. Governor Roy Cooper said Toyota believes in our world-class workforce to power its future success, and I appreciate this enormous commitment. Production at the Liberty plant is slated to begin in 2025 with 6 battery production lines, 4 for hybrid electric vehicles and 2 for BEVs. Sean Suggs, president of Toyota North Carolina, said with this proactive infrastructure investment, we will be able to quickly support future expansion opportunities to meet growing customer needs. Toyota has been a part of the cultural fabric in the U.S. for more than 65 years and is committed to advancing sustainable next-generation mobility through its Toyota and Lexus brands, plus its nearly 1,500 dealerships. Toyota directly employs more than 39,000 people in the U.S. who have contributed to the design, engineering, and assembly of more than 33 million cars and trucks at its 9 manufacturing plants. North Carolina will house Toyota's 10th plant, manufacturing batteries for electric vehicles. With more electrified vehicles on the road than any other automaker, Toyota currently offers 22 electric options. The City of Greensboro's Human Rights Department will honor community partners and local students during its annual celebration gala. The event will take place at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, June 28th at Piedmont Hall, located on West Gate City Boulevard. Seating is limited and guests are encouraged to register online for free admission tickets. The department will present Mosaic Awards to individuals and organizations who have supported and enhanced its programs in the 2022-23 fiscal year. The event also spotlights the 5 recipients of the Morningside Award presented annually to Dudley High School seniors with a demonstrated commitment to advancing social justice and equality. The gala includes dinner and music will be provided by the group Mo Soul. Guests are encouraged to dress in attire that represents a particular culture, organization, or community. The Human Rights Department promotes mutual understanding, respect, and fair treatment of all Greensboro residents without regard to race, color, national origin, religion, gender, age, disability, or familial status. For more information, contact Paula Washington in the Human Rights Office at 336-373-7838. If you live in the city limits, the Water Resources Department needs your help to determine where underground lead piping still exists on private and commercial property. The Water Resources Department's Lead and Copper Compliance Program is an opportunity for homeowners and business owners to weigh in. These groups are asked to locate the indoor section of their service line, test the line's material to see what it is, and then report the results to the City of Greensboro. The entire process should take no more than 15 minutes. Knowing the type of materials service lines are made of helps the staff at Water Resources to inventory those lines and identify potential risks of lead exposure. Step-by-step instructions on locating your service lines and how to report your findings, which is referred to as the survey, are available on the city's website. Cone Health has partnered with the city to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way to help each of us improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's news for your health.
Did you know that about 95% of people will develop back pain at some point in their life? I think there are some simple things you can do to help prevent the onset of back pain or reduce back pain that you may have. So let's talk about some of those ways. So I think one of the most important ways to avoid hurting your back is to avoid unnecessary bending, lifting, or twisting. We call it BLT because it's easy to remember. Bending, lifting, and twisting. Those are the things we want to try to avoid to try to help our back and try not to hurt our back. So we're going to show some of those things now. We're going to show the proper way to bend to pick up an umbrella off of the ground. So I think that's one way. I think there's two even better ways, and we're going to show that now. She's going to go down on one knee to pick it up. Right. What we really want to avoid is bending at the waist or the back to pick it up, and we really want to bend at the knees. I think that's important. The last way we can show to pick up things is called the golfer's bend, where we're leaning forward with a leg back and lift like that. And I think that's also easier on the back because it keeps the back straight. Again, we want to avoid bending at the hips and the back, but bend down instead. So one of the more difficult things you'll do around your house is bend over to pick up bigger objects that are somewhat more awkward. And we're going to show how to pick up a box now and try to do that without hurting our back. You see she gets down on one knee, she lifts the box, and she holds it close to her body. That's really important because if you hold it far from your body, it makes your back want to bend. It puts a fulcrum on your back. So it's important when you pick it up, then carry it close to your body. Now we're going to talk about twisting. And one of the things we twist to do is to grab objects such as tissue. So we're going to show how to correctly turn to grab a tissue. If you notice, she turned her whole body to grab the tissue and then her whole body back. And this is the wrong way to grab the tissue out of my hands. You notice she twisted her body that time. That puts undue forces on your low back and can cause back pain. I think there are several lifestyle changes people can make to improve their back health and either improve their back pain or prevent back pain. I think two of the most important are using good posture and using good body mechanics. So standing straight, sitting straight, lengthening the spine, and then using good body mechanics when lifting, bending, and avoidance of twisting maneuvers. Also, I think that for those who are overweight, losing weight down to an ideal body mass index can be very important. And I think reducing stress can also be important because it seems that any medical condition we have, stress seems to make it worse. So I think exercise is also extremely important, and I think exercises to improve core strength and improve flexibility, such as yoga and Pilates, are very important in prevention of back pain and improving chronic back pain. And lastly, I think quitting smoking can be very important in reducing back pain in those with chronic back issues. Smoking has been linked to degenerative disorders of the spine. Thanks for joining me today. Don't let a few wrong moves with your back stop your active lifestyle. To learn more, go to conehealth.com/backpain. This is Dr. David Jones.
The city has a solution for the neighbors of homeowners who do not roll their trash carts back from the curb, and Guilford County is tackling the issue of infant mortality in communities of color. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The Trash and Recycling Container Compliance Program allows the city to issue a $25 fee when households repeatedly leave trash or recycling containers in the street, creating a nuisance to the neighborhood. In order to avoid a fee, be sure trash and recycling containers are at the curb no more than 48 hours from 7 a.m. the day before service to 7 a.m. the day after your service day. This 48-hour window is twice as long as the previous policy, giving more flexibility. The program is complaint-driven. City staff will issue a warning for the first violation and a courtesy removal of containers out of the right-of-way. Afterwards, each occurrence will be charged $25 if city staff have to remove containers from the curb. This will be a rolling 12-month fee. If no violations take place within 1 year of the previous fee, a new warning will be issued for the next violation. Submit complaints to the city's contact center at 336-373-CITY. For more information, visit the city's website. In honor of World Elder Abuse Awareness Day, observed on Thursday, June 15th, the Guilford County Family Justice Center is seeking nominations for the Elder Justice Champion Award. The award recognizes the efforts of an individual, agency, or business that has gone above and beyond to foster a safer community for older adults. The nomination form is now available online, and the deadline is Thursday, June 8th. According to the National Center on Elder Abuse, approximately 1 in 10 individuals age 60 and older in the United States have experienced some form of elder abuse. Elder abuse can be intentional or unintentional and can take various forms, including but not limited to physical, psychological, emotional, or sexual abuse, neglect, abandonment, and financial exploitation. Since 2014, the Guilford County Family Justice Center has led an elder abuse collaborative called the Elder Justice Committee. The committee is represented by more than 20 agencies, including social services, law enforcement, and other agencies centered on patient advocacy, legal services, and residential care. Award winners will be announced on Tuesday, June 20th. To learn more about the Elder Justice Committee and to review a list of previous Elder Justice Champion Award recipients, visit Guilford County's website. 4 Guilford County programs are receiving honors for innovative, effective programs designed to strengthen services for residents, including Every Baby Guilford. The National Association of Counties awarded the program Best in Category for health programs. In Guilford County, Black babies are 3 times more likely to die before their first birthday as compared to white babies. For several decades, Guilford County's infant mortality rate has remained higher than state and national averages. Led by Guilford County Department of Health and Human Services Division of Public Health, an inclusive collective action movement called Every Baby Guilford launched in June 2021. Collective action is a community-led process that builds collaborative solutions by centering and working with the community for advancing equity and achieving social change. Board of County Commissioners Chair Melvin Skip-Alston said, "I'm extremely proud of the work underway by this collective impact group, and I'm pleased to see them recognized on the national stage. When we work as one Guilford, we can save lives and achieve great things." Through a community-driven process, Every Baby Guilford is working toward the bold goal of reducing infant mortality disparities by 50% by 2026 and eliminating them entirely by 2031. To learn more about the initiative, visit Guilford County's website. The Greensboro Police Department has an entirely new leadership command staff. Coming up after the break, we'll talk one-on-one with the Chief of Police. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The city of Greensboro welcomed a new leader of the Greensboro Police Department nearly 6 months ago. He is making strides while balancing the complexities of recruitment. Joining me now to personally share his vision for GPD is Chief John Thompson. Hello, Chief. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining me. So we're approaching 6 months since you have taken the helm of GPD. How would you describe the first 6 months, and what have you been focused on?
I would describe the first 6 months as, I think somebody said, a blur. It's happened quickly, but I think we've gotten a lot of work done. Initially, when I started, there was a few priorities, one being the development of our leadership team. We had a lot of vacancies at the rank of assistant chief, captain, and so I really needed my team in place to kind of move the organization forward. So once that was done and established and we had our team in place, then we looked at kind of a departmental reorganization. We needed to better align some resources to address 2 priorities I had for the department. One of those priorities being appropriate staffing for patrol to make sure folks that dialed 911 were getting an appropriate response. And the second being addressing violent crime in the community. So really to this point, that has been our main focus, developing our leadership team, kind of getting our organization what I think is in a good place structurally, and then focusing our officers in the right direction.
Well, certainly it's difficult for all law enforcement agencies for the most part. As far as vacancies, you currently have approximately 120 officer vacancies. So tell us about your recruitment efforts and how you plan to bring new officers in while keeping your current officers on board.
Yeah, and I really think it's a two-pronged approach, two major prongs really. One is, as I've been really trying to do, is increase our compensation for our officers. That seems to be a very significant draw to organizations, especially in law enforcement, coming in and seeing how much is my compensation going to be for doing a very difficult job.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the external thing I'm looking at, focusing on city council and elected officials, city manager's office, trying to really make my argument for better compensation. Internally, we're making a lot of changes to change our internal culture so that we are a place that people enjoy working at. And that's been really around changing some equipment, changing some policy, and really just changing approach to leadership and being more engaged and being more available.
Okay, well, good luck, and we know that you're going to keep us posted as that effort continues. Now, the Office of Community Safety is fairly new, established last September. Explain how OCS and GPD are working together.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal partnership. Letitia McNeil, who is the director manager over the Office of Community Safety, and myself have been talking for 2 or 3 years now about what that office can look like and the capabilities. And so really what, in short term, is that that office is looking at taking a lot of the responsibilities away from police that we've historically had to address: substance abuse, mental health issues, community violence, and really trying to take the load off of police. And so obviously we support that because I think there's better avenues to address some of those things other than just relying on the police department.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to seeing how that evolves, and it is setting a standard as a model for other agencies across the country. So late last year, GPD received a Department of Justice grant for community-based violence intervention and prevention, which also includes the Office of Community Safety. What is the status of that funding, and what are the next steps?
So I just actually had a meeting this week to kind of update on that. So with the grant being awarded, it required a substantial amount of pre-planning and hiring of staff just to get off the ground. So I think we've got some of those key positions hired, and we're looking forward to now kind of expand the programming related to that grant. So, and that grant really speaks to what we're trying to accomplish between the police department and the Office of Community Safety. And it's really about a comprehensive approach to addressing violent crime.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to that. And initially you said the last 6 months has been somewhat of a blur. So if you have the opportunity to kind of stand still and polish the crystal ball and have a vision, what would you say is your vision? What do you want folks to know about GPD?
Well, I think if I stood still, I might fall asleep. But I hope that what they will see from the organization going forward, which is my long-term vision, and that is that we will be a premier law enforcement agency, not only in the state, but the Southeast and across the country. And I think a lot of the things that we're implementing now, a lot of the steps we're taking through our reorganization, through the Office of Community Safety, through civilianization of positions and leveraging professional staff in the police department, I think all of those things will be a standard across the country. I think we will be an agency that's a model agency that other agencies across the country are going to look to and say, okay, let's go to Greensboro and figure out how they're doing it. So.
Okay, well, Chief, you certainly have your hands full, lots of opportunity for change and all of the new things that you're bringing on. Thank you for taking time out to share with us the first 6 months at the helm of GPD and what that's been like, but we also appreciate all you do to keep us safe. Do come back and give us updates on some of these initiatives.
Absolutely, thank you.
Thank you. Stay tuned for some interesting and useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact you and our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. The City Council has resumed meeting in the Katie Dorset Council Chamber on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. The public is allowed in person but only in a limited capacity. Those who choose not to be in the building can participate virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. Mark your calendars for the third annual Juneteenth Festival taking place in the Gate City. The Juneteenth GSO Fest will take place from Thursday, June 15th to Sunday, June 18th. Festivities kick off at the Carolina Theater with the Sistars of Juneteenth. Other activities include the Arts Legacy Awards, Uptown Juneteenth Arts and Crafts Festival, the Black Food Truck Festival, and the Juneteenth Gospel Superfest as a finale. Juneteenth commemorates June 19, 1865, when enslaved people in Galveston, Texas received word 2 years after the Civil War had ended, declaring their freedom. The Juneteenth GSO Fest is sponsored by the City of Greensboro, Visit Greensboro, Creative Greensboro, Lincoln Financial, Truliant Federal Credit Union, and North Carolina A&T State University. To review the event schedule for Juneteenth GSO Fest, visit the event website at juneteenthgso.com. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, prepare to mark your calendars for the places to go and things to do on the town.
I'm Dave, and here are some of the special events happening this weekend on the town. Hey country music fans, Steel Hands Brewing kicks off its annual Nashville Nights live music series June 8th. Michael Haney hosts different singers and songwriters from Music City, USA every Thursday night through August 10th. Learn more about these free concerts and see the listing of performers online at steelhandsbrewing.com. Relive the magical moments of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets as never before, June 10th and 11th at the Tanger Center. The Greensboro Symphony performs John Williams' unforgettable score as the movie plays in high definition on a giant screen. Tickets start at $35 and may be bought at the Tanger Center box office or online at tangercenter.com. Kids can celebrate National Fishing and Boating Week June 10th at Lake Higgins with the city's annual Children's Fishing Tournament. Children ages 6 through 12 will catch catfish in the hatchery pond next to the marina. This is a free event with bait and poles provided, but it's limited to the first 40 participants registered through the city's website at greensboro-nc.gov. The City Sunset Concert Series is underway at the Center City Park Oval. Enjoy free live entertainment on Saturday nights now through August 26th, starting at 7 p.m. Bring a lawn chair or picnic blanket, and don't forget your dancing shoes. You can also bring a picnic or enjoy concessions from local food vendors. See the list of performers online at greensborodowntownparks.org. The city hosts a youth soccer clinic June 12th through the 14th at the Greensboro Sportsplex. For $80, kids ages 6 through 12 can receive training in soccer fundamentals and learn healthy habits for a lifetime. All participants get a clinic t-shirt. Register at the city's website at greensboro-nc.gov. Stay tuned to FYI Weekly for more happenings on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. If you want to make some repairs around your house or the landscaping in your neighborhood needs a facelift, the city can help you out. If you want to do the work yourself, but you're lacking the appropriate tools and equipment or cannot afford to buy or rent the tools, the city has launched a free neighborhood toolbox lending center. Review the list of the available tools and equipment, fill out a form to borrow the requested items, and they will be delivered to you all at no cost. Neighborhood Toolbox is a joint effort between Greensboro's Housing and Neighborhood Development Department and Lowe's Home Improvement. Housing staff created the program, and Lowe's donated the equipment and tools, enough to fill two 8-foot by 16-foot trailers. This tool lending program is available for non-commercial purposes to people living within Greensboro city limits. To learn more about the program and to access the list of tools, visit the city's website. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to the organizers of the annual World Refugee Day celebration. Greensboro is proud to be a refugee settlement community. The World Refugee Day event will take place from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday, June 17th at Hester Park. Activities include the Refugee City Employee Soccer Match, food trucks, and live music. World Refugee Day is sponsored by several local organizations. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM and 100.7 FM. Be sure to download both weekly podcasts, Talk City Greensboro and Connect GSO, plus GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.